Mike, it looks like Malik will play tonight. Just having him as that secondary guy to come in and sort of change the tempo and take over for Fox for minutes and stuff like that. Just how big has he been for you guys this year? And I mean, you have him as your sixth man of the year, right?
For sure, no doubt, not even close. But the punch that he gives us makes it, or gives us as a coaching staff a big luxury, and obviously the players and team too, to be able to put them in at certain times, especially if we don't feel like we're playing well. Even if we're playing well, we know we're going to get a punch from him, and then what it does is it gives him an opportunity to play during the meat of the game, and when our starters aren't all together, and then we also have an opportunity to bring him out for a few minutes and then bring him back to finish the half, whether it's the first half or second half. So he's been big for us all of last year and even this year too. So everything, he's a young player, and everything that he has going on right now, from his pre-game work to practice day, pre-practice, pre-shoot, all that stuff, it's getting better too as a young guy, and it's great to see him grow in a lot of different areas, besides just as a on the court game time spark plug, which he obviously is a huge one for us.
Mike, 7 of the next 8 here at home. I know it's still way too early to standings watch or anything, but these extended home stretches, how important are they when you get to the end of the year and look back at the schedule and opportunity to pick up wins or pick up spots in the standings?
Yeah, anytime you can take advantage of our home crowd, we definitely want to try to do it. We have the best fans in the league, and they bring it every single night, and so to respond or to thrive off their energy that they bring night in and night out is going to be huge for us, because it's difficult to get a win, regardless if it's at home or on the road. But at home, you have that extra boost from your fans to help you get over the top, and we for sure want to try to take advantage of it.
Coach Brown, this is going back to the other night. You had mentioned your coaching staff, Doug, Luke, they had offered some suggestions about playing in the second half, the box one, things like that. How special is that that you can rely on your coaching staff to help you out in these certain situations?
I think I have a great staff, and again, selfishly speaking, I've been around a long time, and for me, it's nothing, no knock on the staffs I had in the past, but this is, if not the best, it's definitely one of the best, and a lot of different personalities that help drive us the right way, and the guys aren't afraid to speak their mind. They know how to do it, when to do it, and they're so connected in terms of always being on the same page. There's no jealousies or any little thing that pops up from time to time among staffs, and I have a handful of them that are going to be head coaches one day soon, and so to have guys that aren't afraid to speak up and know what they're talking about is big time. And when they do speak up, I'm going to be the first one to make sure that they get their flowers, because they definitely deserve it.
Coach, 20 games through the season, I know it's a little bit of an arbitrary mark, but about a quarter of the way. Just curious, your assessment of where the team is at right now versus where you thought it would be at the beginning of the season, going in 20 games.
I never really, you just don't, I guess the way to answer that is you're either okay with where you're at or disappointed with where you're at, or you're like, okay, we're maybe a little ahead of them. And I'm okay where we're at. I think at this time last year we were 11-9, but we were extremely healthy, and we snuck up on a few people. This year, obviously, we're not sneaking up on anybody, first of all, and we haven't been healthy. And so to go through the little bit of adversity that we've already faced and be sitting at 12-8 right now, I'm okay with. I thought we felt like we could have been a little bit better record-wise, but you kind of take it based on all the surrounding circumstances, and you see if you can continue to trend upwards. And I say this, I'm a wholehearted believer in this, that as long as we do this more than take steps backwards, I'm good, and that's what we're doing right now. We're taking more steps forward than backwards, so.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Mark?
There was a moment in that Phoenix game where, I mean, in this day and age where you have jammed up Keegan for not taking shots that you maybe think he should have taken, where he had a favorable match out and he waved off guys to clear it out. It seemed like a little bit of a defining point for him this year. What were your thoughts on that moment and him subsequently being able to score the basketball?
I was like, ooh. Okay, Keegan, do your thing. I moved out the way. That was great. You know, I don't know if all his teammates liked it, I liked it. It was good. It was really good.
Hey, Mike, just how do you look at Brooklyn, their challenge tonight? Obviously, it's a team that gets the three up pretty well. Now, obviously, not that too dissimilar to what you've seen already this season, but how do they kind of stack up to the challenge ahead?
Josh's doing a nice job with these guys. They're all long and athletic, and they got a lot of different scorers and shooters, and they just kind of stay in front of you and switch, and offensively, whoever has it going, they try to feed them, and they just drive and kick and cut, and I mean, it's going to be a tough game for us because they have a lot of length, a lot of athleticism that can score on all three levels, and so for us, it's a little unique because usually, you know, teams are more balanced. Okay, they got a big guy and point guard and a couple of wings that might be able to shoot it or whatever. All five guys are similar, and so it's going to make it hard for us because we're going to have to be on our toes all night defensively, and then offensively, you know, we're all going to have to guard. And I always talk about five guys guarding the basketball, which is going to happen. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to sit down and try to keep your man out the paint because when that ball touches the paint, you know, it collapses the defense, and when that ball gets sprayed like they spray it, you got a guy on the wing, 6'7", 6'8", you're closing out to him, and if you're not 6'10", 6'11", it's not going to impact those guys that they have shooting the basketball. So it's going to be a tough night for us. They're doing they're playing great basketball, especially as of late, and it should be a nice challenge that we're all looking forward to.
Maybe that's good. All right, thanks everyone.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Mike.